Hello everyone. Today we are going to be solving IGCSE Edexcel paper 1H higher, obviously, May 2019. So we'll be dividing this whole solution set into 4 segments. In each segment I'll be doing 6 questions. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Okay, so the question says show that 4 and 2/3 divided by 1 and 1/9 is 4 and 1/5. So our first task would be to convert these fractions into improper fractions. So I do 4 and 2/3 converts into 3 times 4 is 12, 12 plus 4. So we multiply the denominator and the whole number, and to the answer we add the numerator. So 3 times 4 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14 over 3. For the second one, 1 and 1/9, we do the same. 9 times 1 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10 over 9. So I'm now going to write 14 over 3 divided by 10 over 9. Now I'm going to change the division into multiplication and write the reciprocal of the second fraction. In other words, we flip the second fraction. Now we can do the multiplication straight away, or we can actually simplify. So you see the 14 and 10 can be divided by 2. And the 9 and 3 can be divided by 3. So what we are getting is 14 divided by 2 is 7, 3 divided by 3 is 1, times by 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. So my fractions are a lot more simplified now. I'm going to do 7 times 3 is 21 over 5. This is an improper fraction, so I want to convert it into a mixed number. So 5 goes into 21 4 times, the remainder is 1, and your denominator was 5. So we have shown that 4 and 2/3 divided by 1 and 1/9 gives you 4 and 1/5. Okay, so question number 2, we're going to look at a distance time graph where we are talking about a person leaving her house 10 o'clock to cycle to a park. So the distance time graph is given here. On her way to the park, she stopped at a friend's house, which is here. That's where she stopped. Now we need to see each square works out to be 15 minutes, because between 10 and 11 there are 4 squares, so the value of each square is 15 minutes. So let's look at the first stop. On her journey to the park, did Jelena cycle at a faster speed before or after she stopped at her friend's house? Now if we look at the gradient of these two lines, so we can see the first one has a gradient. The first one has a gradient, it's rise over run. So the rise is 15, the run is 4. So we got 15 units over 4 units, which is giving me 3.75. In the second leg, I can see the run is 3 and the rise is 9, because 15 to 24 is 9. So we're getting 9 over 3. The gradient is 3. So obviously the first part of the journey was faster, as the gradient of the first part was steeper, so the speed was faster in the first leg of the journey. This can also be worked out by calculating the speed. So in the first part we can see 15 kilometers in 1 hour, and then the second part you had 9 kilometers in 45 minutes. So here the second part of the journey had a speed of 9 over 45 multiplied by 60, which would give you 12 kilometers an hour. And here it's already 15 kilometers an hour. That's why in the first part of the journey the speed was faster. Let's look at the second part of the question. Now, Jelena stayed at her friend at the park for 45 minutes. So 45 minutes will be another 3 squares across like this. Okay. And then from there she cycled at a constant speed of 16 kilometers per hour. So the total journey was 24 kilometers, because that is how far the park was. So 24 kilometers traveled at 16 kilometer per hour will take 24 divided by 16, 1.5 hours, because we know that distance divided by time is speed. Okay, so we were trying to find out the time, so we divided the distance by speed, we got 1.5 hours. That means after 1.5 hours she was back home. So 1.5 hours, that's one starting point. 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 45, 1 hour, 1 hour 15, and 1 hour 30. That is 1.5 hour. Now they said work out Jelena's average cycling speed in kilometers per hour for the complete journey. So to work that out, we'll see how much distance has she completed and how much time was taken. Do not include the times when she stopped or when she was not cycling. So first hour we saw 1 hour 15 kilometers. Then we had 45 minutes was 9 kilometers. And then we have got 1 hour 30 minutes, which was 24 kilometers. So let's see the total time that was taken was 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, 45 minutes, and 30 minutes is 1 hour 15. So that's 3 hour 15 minutes. And the total distance covered was 48 kilometers. Okay, so to find out the speed, average speed, we are going to divide distance divided by time. So we're doing okay, let's convert the 3 hour 15 minutes into minutes. So that's 3 times 60 plus 15, 195 minutes. So we do 48 divided by 195. That will be kilometers per minute. Then we're going to convert that into hours later on. Okay, and we are going to multiply that by 60 to get the kilometers per hour, times by 60, and we will get 14.76. and it says give your answer correct to one decimal place. We'll do it as 14.8 kilometers per hour. Okay. Paper, as I discussed this before, that these questions carry a lot of marks. So if you can get one of these questions right, it will create a good foundation for your grades. Okay, so the first one, simplify e to the power of 9 divided by e to the power of 5. Same letters with powers. When we divide, we subtract the powers. So the answer is going to be e to the power of 4, because 9 minus 5, e to the power of 9 minus 5 is e to the power of 4. Power raised to a power, you multiply the powers. Y squared to the power of 8 is going to be y to the power of 2 times 8, which is y to the power of 16. Simplify, expand and simplify double brackets. We use the FOIL method, x times x squared, x times negative 2 is negative 2x, 9 times x, positive 9x, and 9 times negative 2 is negative 18. Now we simplify this part because they are like terms. So 9x minus 2x is positive 7x. So x squared minus 7x minus 18. D is factorized fully, 16 c to the power of 4 p squared 20 c p cubed. First look at the numbers 16 and 20. The highest common factor is 4. Let's take it out. C to the power of 4 and c. The highest common factor is c. You always try to take the letter with the lowest power when you're doing the highest common factor. P squared and p cubed, the lowest power is p squared, so we take p squared out. Now 16 divided by 4 is 4. C to the power of 4 divided by c is c cubed. P squared divided by p squared cancels out, so we don't have to write anything. Plus 20 divided by 4 is 5. C divided by c cancels out. P cubed divided by p squared is p, and that will be your answer. A nice and easy 6-mark question presented to you. Okay, let's move on to question number 4. The table shows the values of y is equal to x squared minus 3x minus 1. Apologies for the small print. I had to keep it small so that I could fit both the things on the same page. So what we need to do is we are going to take different values of x and find the different values of y. So when x is minus 2, so x is equal to negative 2. So what we do is negative 2 squared minus 3 times negative 2 minus 1, which is going to give you 4 plus 6 minus 1 is equal to 9. Okay, negative 1, x is equal to negative 1. So you do negative 1 squared minus 3 times negative 1 minus 1 is equal to 1 plus 3 minus 1 is equal to 3. When it is 1, x is equal to 1. It's 1 squared minus 3 times 1 minus 1, which is 1 minus 3 minus 1 is minus 3. When x is equal to 3, x is equal to 3, we do 3 squared minus 3 times 3 minus 1, which is 9 minus 9 minus 1, which is negative 1. So we're going to plot these points now. Minus 2 and 9. Minus 2 and 9 is going to be here. Minus 1 and 3. 0 and negative 1. I'm going to zoom it in a bit. So okay, then you have got 1 and minus 3. 1 and minus 3 will be So I got 0 and minus 1, 1 and negative 3, 1 and negative 3. Sorry, I put this one wrong. 0 and minus 1. 0 and minus 1 will be here. Then 1 and negative 3 is going to be 2 and negative 3 will be also in the same level. Three and negative 1 and 4 and 3, which is there. So I've got all the points that I need to do, and I'm going to now join them with a smooth curve, right? Okay, so I'm going to join them with a smooth curve. So I'm now going to start here. Okay, so the curve is going to go like that. Obviously, if if you did it on pen and paper, it will be more accurate. It's a bit difficult to draw it on the um, computer screen, but I tried to do as accurately as possible. So you see, with this question, once you complete the table, you get 2 marks, and once you plot the points correctly and draw the graph, you get another 2 marks. An easy 4-mark question for you. Question number 5. Becky has a biased 6-sided dice. The table gives information about the probability that when the dice is thrown, it will land on each number. They've given you the information. Becky is going to throw the dice 200 times. Work out an estimate for the number of times the dice will land on an even number. The problem is some of the information are given in terms of x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the value of x. Now you know that all the probabilities of mutually exclusive events add up to one whole. So I'm going to start off by forming an equation. 2x plus 0.18 plus 2x plus 3x plus 0.26 plus x is equal to 1. Now you got 2x, 2x 4x, 3x 7x, and x is 8x plus 0.18 plus 0.26 will be 0.44 is equal to 1. Okay, now I take the 0.44 to the other side. So you get 8x is 0, going to be 1 minus 0.44, which is 0.56. So x is 0.56 divided by 8, which is 0.07. Okay, so x is 0.07. Now, work out an estimate for the number of times that the dice will land on an even number. So let's first find out what are the probabilities here. So 2x is going to be 0.14. This is also going to be 0.14. This is going to be 0.21, and this is going to be 0.7. Because all I've done is I've substituted the x's in 2x and 3x and x. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the even numbers. So for the even numbers, what are the probabilities? Even numbers are these. So the total probabilities of even number, probability of even when you roll it once is 0.18 plus 0.21 plus 0. Okay, 0.07, which will give you 0.21 plus 0.07 is 0.28, 0.46, and you're rolling the dice 200 times. So you do 200 times 0.46 is equal to 92 times. So if you roll the dice 200 times, the probability it will land on an even number will be 90. Sorry, then estimate for the number of times that the dice will land on an even number is 92. Okay, now let's move on to the next question, question number 6. That will be the last one for this segment. Question number 6. The diagram shows a solid cuboid made from wood. The wood has a density of 0.7 grams per centimeter cubed. Work out the mass of the cuboid. So if I show you this triangle here, mass divided by volume is density. Okay, so we know the density, we have to work out the volume. So the volume of this cuboid is 12 times 8 times 5 centimeter cubed. So that's 480 centimeter cube. 5 times 8 is 40. 40 times 12 is 480. The density is 0.7 grams per cubic centimeter. So we need to work out the mass. If I want to work out the mass, I need to multiply volume by density. So 480 multiplied by 0.7, right? Which will give me, okay, 7 times 0 is 0, 7 times 8 is 56, carry the 5, 7 times 4 is 28, plus 5 is 33, put the decimal after one digit. So your answer is 336 grams. Okay, thank you for being with us, and the next segment will be from question number 7 till question number 12. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording here for the first, that's end of the first segment.